Hi, this is Intuitive Astrologer Reverend Dr. Michael Vanderpool at http://universalstar.gs. And today I'm talking about September and October, an astrological heads up and surprise. September, October 2011. I've had we've had two successful predictions publicly published here to the internet in the past, one in 2007 and one here just some months ago, about May and June 2011, down to the day accurate as far as the situation with the UN. I had a meeting in Rome. So this is a little bit different. We're going to start with September, and what I'm seeing about September is a Saturn quincunx 150 degrees the Earth-Moon complex in heliocentric sky in Magi astrology, and basically that's going from September 8th until September 12th, 2011, and I'm using New York time for that. And there's also a Sun contra-parallel Saturn that goes exact at about 7 minutes after 10 p.m. New York time on the 11th of September 2011 in geocentric sky, and that's actually starting on the 9th. So basically, to interpret that, what that can mean to me is that it would be very good for, and I'm speaking to my fellow Americans at this particular point, it would be very good for all of us to keep on heightened watch, heightened security for our people, our nation, especially during that window of time, and on up until mid-September at least, to be safe, not to let down the guard, so to speak, as far as being safe and watching to prevent any problems and working with authorities to do that. That's the first thing that comes to mind. That was an impression. The second thing is a lot of people may feel depressed, or they may feel down, emotionally restricted, or just simply depressed. So with that in mind, can be assured that sometime after that window of time, that will lift, if it is that which is affecting you from an astrological perspective. And I'll go on to say that there's some more concern about volatility in the world in terms of the month of September, because I've seen in the geocentric sky that on the 17th of September until the 21st of September 2011, Mars will go quincunx Chiron, so this can be a lot more confrontational attitude, confrontation energy. In times past, when Mars has gone trine Chiron, that can be a war energy. Doesn't have to be, and I hope that it won't be, but it can be. And that will happen as far as Mars trining Chiron. That's 120 degrees from the 25th of September until the 27th of September 2011. So again, that can be a warlike energy. It can also be a great energy for sports, and if you're trying to create a family, it's great for having energy for trying to create a family as well. So that's a very confrontational energy, though, that can be there, particularly with the quincunx that runs the 17th through the 21st of September. So hopefully that won't play out in terms of any confrontations or war, although that's a possibility, as we've seen in past times. I've seen, Mars trine Chiron can lead to that, and I want to point out that there, towards the end of the month of September, there can be a pretty turbulent time, because there's going to be just a touch of a grand cross And a little bit before that, there will be a T-square that's in play that will involve Mars. So again, there for about a week after, and I'm talking about the end of the month of September, that can affect, basically it can run into the first week of October, and it can be a time of turbulence and double turbulence. So a lot of people might find it a little bit irritable, a little bit of a nervous time, a little bit of an unstable time in some ways. And again, I hope it doesn't play out in terms of war or things like that, but all I can do is tell you what has shown in the past with Mars quincunx Chiron and Mars trine Chiron. And there is a grand trine on the 25th through the 27th that comprises part of that Mars Chiron trine. In fact, it's Mars trine Chiron, Chiron trine Venus, Chiron trine Mars. But again, on the flip side, there is a T-square around that window of time, and also a very short duration grand cross. So the good news is, the exciting news is, when we get into October 2011, and specifically and exactly on the 7th of October 2011, in geocentric sky, again using all through this that I'm speaking, I'm going to be using New York time. New York time at 4:50 p.m. on October 7, 2011 in geocentric sky, Jupiter will trine Pluto. So Jupiter will be applying to Pluto. And that's going to last in geocentric sky until October 28, 2011 at 11:31 p.m. New York time, again in geocentric sky. And that's really quite amazing. We haven't seen aspects like this since this exact type of aspect like this since April 7th and July 1st of 2003. So not only do we have this coming up in geocentric sky, but we also have the Jupiter trine Pluto. This is Jupiter applying to Pluto in a 120-degree aspect in heliocentric sky, and we're using Magi Astrology heliocentric chart to see this. And that starts at 2:01 p.m. October 12th, 2011, and that goes until November 16th, 2011 to 2:54 p.m. in the afternoon there, New York time. So what we have here is very exciting for the world. It's very exciting for every individual that has a knowledge about astrology. And I strongly encourage you to see the book, Astrology Really Works, page 106, to get what I'm saying about what happens in the world when Jupiter trines Pluto. What happens with the bonds markets? What happens with the general trend of the markets overall? It's exciting. It's very exciting. Because basically what's happened at 6 times studied in the past that the book's referring to, the bond prices never drop while Jupiter is applying to Pluto. They either stay steady, or even in most cases they'll go up, or much of the time, or at least stay steady while Jupiter is applying to Pluto. Now, I'm not a financial expert. I'm not giving financial advice. So, but what's exciting is that there is oftentimes a very strong effect on the markets as certain planets make certain aspects. And that gets into a realm of astrology that I'm not really studying a lot, but this is exciting on a personal level and for personal astrology as well, because this type of energy gives people as individuals, and to me this can mean governments, especially in a time of Pluto and Capricorn that we're seeing in the world. It gives individuals and governments or people or organizations or businesses a chance at reforming and remaking things, really making positive changes oftentimes very needed and very powerful and very big and very positive changes. So that can be applied to everyone's personal lives, and it can certainly be applied to those governments that have an interest in reforming and remaking changes for the better, especially progressive governments. This time especially will be 4 times stronger. 4 times stronger, I say, at minimum, because it's what we call in Magi astrology transdimensional. So that means it's both in geocentric sky and heliocentric sky, which means it's 4 times stronger. It is one of the rarest aspects of one of the 4 most powerful aspects found in all of Magi astrology. So this is a very rare, powerful aspect that's coming in. And it's very positive, it's very strong for starting to make changes towards reforming or remaking. It should have a very positive effect on the markets through this period, but in particular when it's transdimensional, this particular aspect that will be in the sky, transdimensional, from October 12th, 2011 at 2:01 p.m. until October 28th, 2011 at 11:31 p.m. New York time. It will be incredibly strong then. It will be 4 times more strong than usual in Magi astrology theory, as I understand it, and as I interpret it. So this is exciting. There will be a lot of people in my circle of family and friends that will be starting things for the first time, maybe trips, maybe businesses, maybe brokerage accounts, maybe bank accounts. Certain people I know will be looking aggressively, very assertively, very energetically for work, for new jobs, for career advancements. They will be starting new building projects. They will be reforming, remaking, reshaping their life. They'll be making big, powerful, positive changes, and they'll also be planting things during that period. Now, the thing is, you see, they'll know, some of them, the ones that I know, they'll know what days in that period of time are the most powerful in the general sky, and which days will not have some of the more negative aspects, like Saturn is opposing the Earth-Moon complex during a period of time in these 2 months. And of course, we preferably wouldn't want to start something new in terms of natalizing something in that period. And they will also look at their personal transits and, for example, be sure that they don't have a grand cross going on or some kind of bad astrological aspects happening in their personal transits. And I already know just one example right off the bat. Someone has found an incredibly powerful time in their personal transits that matches up to this time that I've just described here, and they're going to take maximum advantage of really going for it during that time. So in a time of global economic question, in a time of what has for some been perceived as market instability, real or not, we can look forward to the dates and the aspects that I've just talked about, and in particular, again, from October 12th until October 28th. And that doesn't mean that there won't be days or other problematic aspects here or there, but what we can look forward to is whatever September brings or doesn't bring. And I hope that anyone who's watching this and that gets this message can make the best of it, can minimize chances of failure, maximize chances of success. But we should all remain positive and look forward to the 2nd and 3rd and 4th week of October, and perhaps even the first couple of weeks of November overall. and make some positive changes and maybe even start some new things, whether it's for those that are out there on a job search or looking to advance in their career or their jobs, for those that are looking to start something new. I encourage you to look very strongly again at Astrology Really Works by the Magi Society, the book, page 106. And for those that need to check personal transits, you can contact me through my website at http://universalstar.gs. So this is exciting, it's powerful, and when you read about the research and you look back and see what has happened in the world, in the markets, and in people's personal lives when energies like this come into play, when transits like this start and run, it's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. Thanks for watching. This is an astrological heads up and surprise for September and October 2011. Take care. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel.